If I'm pissed, it's looking at the bar tap and I'm talking to my friends with this one. It's really. We work in 3 sectors, so we work in the commercial industry, which is offices, receptions and buildings like we're in today. Hospitality, which are bars, restaurants, hotels, which kind of includes retail as well. It's probably the collaboration. There's no selfishness between the companies. They'll collaborate, they'll work with each other, they'll subcontract some of the work to them, and it seems that everybody has a really good relationship. Probably some of the proposals that are being put forward for Boho Next Gen, we had a discussion with Andy Preston the other week, which I can't remember if you were there or not, but Andy Preston was saying that he wants to make the Boho Next Gen stuff even better than what it was proposed. So he was talking about amphitheatres and skate parks. And the most famous person I've met, I would have to say, would be Gary Neville, because I'm a Manchester United fan. And I didn't know at the time that I was going to meet him. I was doing some work for Michael O'Hare, who's the chef who owns the Man Behind the Curtain in Leeds, and we'd headed over to Manchester to talk about another project for a hotel over there. And then as I came into cafe, I forget what it's called, Hotel Football, that's it. And as we came in, and I saw Gary Neville in the background, and Mike came over and he went, "Oh yeah, sorry, I should have really told you about this, but yeah, Gary Neville's here." And then just had to kind of like hold my shit together and not be a complete fanboy, and tell him how much I love him, how much I've read his autobiography, and how I had a number 2 on the back of my t-shirts and things like that. So yeah, I'd say because I'm a Man United fan, probably Gary Neville. The most memorable festival I've ever been to was Glastonbury. Yeah, easily. We have an affinity with Glastonbury. We absolutely love the place. The only problem is that as it's become more and more popular, we can never get a ticket. So the last time we got a ticket was 2012, I think. Who did we see? We saw Mumford & Sons, Kenny Rogers. Kenny Rogers was brilliant. Like, they always have like an older kind of member of society on in the afternoon. Everyone's a little bit hungover on a Sunday and they're like, "Oh, one more night," that kind of thing. And then they usually have like an older act on at that time, and everybody just falls in love with them. I think Dolly Parton ended up having the biggest crowd ever for Glastonbury or something like that, because everybody just obviously wanted to watch her. Yeah, God, it's kind of a blur anyway, Glastonbury, because you're usually quite drunk by that time. Football. I used to play football from the age of 8 up to 31, something like that. So I just decided about 2 years ago that my body can't take getting battered and bruised on the wing anymore, and I wasn't enjoying it as much, so I ended up stopping. I can remember I once got a goal when I was 16 for us to win the league. Then I got player of the year that same year, but I was like 16 then. But then since then, when I played like Sunday League football, I once missed a penalty in a cup final and we lost the final, which I'll never ever be able to live down. And my friends don't like to forget either. My favourite networking event is, apart from Friday Drinks Club, which is the second Friday of every month, first Friday of every month. There we go. You should know that. I organised it. Favourite networking event is actually probably Tees Valley Business Club. We have lived in 3 houses so far, and we're probably going to move next year. Now, that's not because we don't like the areas that we live in. It's because we tend to get itchy feet after 3 years and decide, oh yeah, let's go do up another house. The previous time we didn't. We decided to, so while I set up Cocoon Bauer, we moved to Acklam into a new build, which we absolutely love. Love the house, love the area. There's nothing wrong with the area at all, or the house. It's just that now we're getting to the point, now Cocoon Bauer's been going a couple of years, that we'd probably like to buy and do up houses again. I would have to say, because me and my friends always go there before we go on hen do's, stag do's, holidays or anything like that. They always open up early for us so we can have a pint before we go to get our taxi, is the Stapleton Arms in Eston. I recycle a lot. We do actually recycle loads. Usually our bin has got 1 or maybe half a bag in it before it goes out for the recycling the next week. There was one last year and I can't remember exactly what it was, and it was something to do with an old lady, and really, as cliched as this sounds, I'm pretty sure it was to do with crossing the road. I'm sure she was at the junction of Albert Road downstairs, and she she was struggling because she wasn't paying attention to the light. She couldn't see the green man on the opposite side of the road. And I'm pretty sure she had maybe 1 or 2 bags with her. So I'm sure I held her hand. She kept hold of the bags and I held her hand and just said, come with me, come on love, Howie. But yeah, she was a proper dithery old lady. She must have at least been 85. And I just thought, how have you even got here now, alive, when you can't see the green man over the road? I'm sure she must have been deaf as to why she wasn't listening to the green man on the side here. So yeah, bless her. Quite a lot of people do know, but quite a lot of people don't know, but I am, and I shouldn't really admit this being an interior designer who is supposed to design things, but I'm blind in one eye. If I'm pissed, it's looking at the bar tap and I'm talking to my friends with this one. Yeah, it's really...
One's at the bar and one's come back with the drinks.
Yeah, exactly. There's a couple of bad pictures of me in Ibiza and Benidorm where it's just giving up hope. And I'm carrying on and really struggling, and that one's just, it's gone. I need a Gabrielle eye patch. Just, when I get really pissed, just put the eye patch on. I'll grow my fringe a bit more like yours, so now it's dangling down. Biggest fuck up would have been not scoring that penalty in the penalty shootout. Hero, definitely, superhero, and it would be a bit like Magneto, but it would, instead of just controlling metal, it would be to control anything. So like, lift Sam up, lift the camera up, lift tables up, anything. Batman Begins, Batman. Straight away. Being drunken and loud. As my best mate always likes to tell me, that if we're in a crowded room with a crowded people, I'd still be the one person at the back of the room that you'd be able to hear. My first 3 guests on my own talk show, there would probably be Eric Cantona or Roy Keane. If Eric Cantona can't make it, Roy Keane steps in. Yeah? That's allowed? Right. I tell you what, no. It'd be Roy Keane, Gary Neville and Sir Alex Ferguson, purely because I've read all of their autobiographies. I'm a Man United fan, as I've said before. Is that it?
Yeah.
Fab.
Well done.
Nice and easy.